The first mission I flew was on the Piombino steel mills in Leghorn or Livorno, Italy. And I'd be honest with you, but I was totally that was the rest of my crew's fifth mission. They'd flown five before they'd let me go up and let the rest of the crew get a little bit seasoned in combat. And we go up there and we're heading up to coming in onto the coast. And I don't know where in the hell they were getting that flak, but and normally they send up colored flak to warn the fighters, to tell the fighters to come in and then to tell the fighters to go out because they were going to start shooting. They were shooting everything up there. And it suddenly dawned on me they were trying to kill us. I mean, I had my waving my American flag. I was going to win the war, and all of a sudden my order cooled down quickly. I'd have been very happy if we'd have flown back there and they said, okay, you're going to go back to the States now. But that was not going to happen. I knew that, and you did what you had to do.
Describe to me that flight that you did make where you came up and...
Oh, yeah. Well, barrage flak was something that happened occasionally. It wasn't, most of the time it was tracking flak, most of it. But the barrage flak was when you'd get to the initial point and turn towards to the target that you were going to, and the bombay doors would open. The bombardier would literally take over. And at that point, until you dropped that bombs, there was no turning left or right. You went straight ahead. Okay, the Germans down on the ground that were shooting the 88s, they had radar, and they could figure out, they knew what altitude we were flying at. So they'd preset it, and they'd right at the altitude that you were flying, and they'd shoot out ahead of you so that you had to fly through the big, it was a big black cloud with orange flashes going off inside of it. Fortunately, we had somebody, I don't know whether it was in our group or wing, who devised something called glide bombing. And glide bombing was trying to defeat the fact that they knew what altitude we were at when we turned onto the initial point. And when turn on initial point and we'd start with the bombay doors open, they would just start a gentle descent. And of course the bombardiers had trained to use that, I mean, to be able to drop the bomb. So the fact is that anti-aircraft fire that was going over you was not too dangerous. I mean, except for the falling flak that would come back and hit you in the windshield or do some damage from just falling. But it wasn't the same as the one that was hitting you from an explosion underneath. And that helped a lot. I mean, the glide bombing helped a lot. But I'd say that the barrage flak was the one that affected me the most when we come in there to seeing that big black cloud and the orange flashes going off inside of it, and you knew damn well what that was. That was almost like running a belt line when you were a kid. That's a rite of passage.